God, I hope you got enough chicken in there. God, man. Ugh. They can't keep putting me on this show.
2 co-founders, 5 wings, endless spice, but the real heat, their business takes.
Most startup founders are not starting their brands to build something meaningful. All they're doing is trying to get famous for building something.
No one's arguing perseverance is important,
Yeah.
but perseverance without direction is pointless.
Welcome to Hot Wings and Hot Takes, where we face the heat, literally, while debating our spiciest hot takes on business, branding, and beyond.
All right, guys, welcome to Chew on This, Hot Wings and Hot Takes. This is going to be fun. We are here with Jason Dooney. He is the CEO and co-founder of Taste Flavor Co. Thanks for joining us, Jason.
Oh, thanks for having me, Ankit. I'm excited to wing it. This is Queen Majesty Sicilian Scorpion Hot Sauce. Oh my God.
Sounds hot.
And what are we doing, 3 drops?
Yeah, let's do 3 drops. You take a bite, and then you give your hot take.
Okay, 3 drops, take a bite. My little nuglet. This is 1 drop, 2. We saw that, that's on camera.
Yeah.
I'll do an extra one, just,
Yeah.
I'm a fair man if nothing else.
That works.
Ready?
What do you think?
You could taste the scorpion.
Yeah?
Whoa, well, that's a fun one. That's fun. Okay.
Oh, man. I remember that being the fun one from last time, but now I'm thinking in my head, maybe we didn't shake it up enough.
You know, fun is relative.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
some people say, you want to go to a mosh pit, that's fun. I hate mosh pits. Not saying I hate that sauce, but that's angry.
Okay, got
Scorpions are typically not very friendly.
it. You're already hiccuping.
I'm already hiccuping.
Love it.
That's a good sign. My hot take, and possibly my last one. When a cup,
Oh, my God.
I might milk it. You know what? I'm not gonna milk it.
No, you
I'm
can
gonna make a
milk
promise.
it.
I'm not gonna milk it.
I need
on the
you to
first
get
one.
through this.
I don't want to outsource customer service, and the reason that being is every problem is a chance to get an evangelist, because no one's happier than when you go out of your way. You know, whether it's 3 a.m. on a Sunday, 1 p.m. on a Thursday, if you can go out of your way for a customer. And, you know, most of the time it's not your fault. A carrier that will not be named had a lot of issues last month.
Yeah.
I immediately answered people, you know, out of our own pocket, whatever you have to do to make them happy. You can make an evangelist out of any problem. And I think that actually as a founder, you should be the first stopping, at least in the beginning.
It's great because when you're on the front lines, you learn about all the defects in your business.
When you are a founder, you are in the driver's seat, nothing's off limits.
Yeah.
Every customer is important. And, you know, some people, no matter what, they'll be upset. But other people, we've had people come back, give us a 1-star review because something happened. They come back, give us a 5-star review. Customer service is amazing. They're going to tell
Because
everybody.
you found a solution.
Exactly.
100%. All right, let me move on to this. I can't believe that this is,
I'm going to feel really bad about myself if you're fine.
yeah.
At least fake it.
No, because I know that you can handle. I mean,
I can handle, but again,
you sell hot sauces.
I don't, we sell good sauces.
Good sauces. We'll go 3 daps. Let's go.
Everybody knows the rules.
Everybody knows the rules.
To your dad.
1, 2, 3. Oh my God.
Okay,
All
we
right.
matched.
All right.
All right, Queen Majesty. See, like the thing, I think I lathered the tongue too much. I did a lot of tongue stuff.
It is true. It is like a meat. It is hot.
It hot. It got a little hotter as the time went on. It got stronger.
You might have went direct tongue.
I did tongue. I tongued it directly.
But okay, my hot take is most startup founders are not starting their brands to build something meaningful. All they're doing is trying to get famous for building something.
That is good.
Is that hot?
That's hot. You know, it's either get famous, get rich, and get famous.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them are flipping it. They want that feather in their cap so bad that they don't care about whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that, you're not going to make it through the next steps.
Yeah.
And if you do, whoops, like you're the diamond in the rough there. But yeah, you need to believe in your product. You need to believe in your business, and you need to try. It's not going to be beautiful in the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's how those people, you know, they fizzle out. So that's hot.
Absolutely. You can't build a brand that way. Oh my God, I bit into like a pepper.
There we go. See, that scorpion stings. So
Ooh.
Queen Majesty, if you're watching, great naming. I got that stinger. You see?
It gets stuck in your tooth, and then at some point you get it.
You hit it.
Ugh. All right.
That's okay. So we're doing the hot honey next?
Yeah, let's go to your...
Okay, we're going to my home turf. This is a hot honey sriracha. Real local honey. 10 calories.
This one's good.
This one is really good.
Yeah.
My baby wouldn't hurt me.
Wow, fresh bottle.
Oh, you know I bring the best here.
Oh.
Shake well. It's getting hot in here?
You know, this is my second show in less than a week.
You're talking to other people?
Yeah.
Well, it's good to find that out on camera. 1, 2, 3.
That's a nice laugh.
Oh, there we go.
It's good.
So this one, the heat, it's not extremely hot. But it's flavorful. You can taste the honey, so that's going to help me here.
Yeah. Good. I need something that'll help me. No, hurt me. Hot honey sriracha. All right.
Okay. My next hot take?
Yes, sir.
Getting really hot? Okay. So this is what I had to learn deeply. Don't make a product for everyone. Even if they're in your niche and their area, it sounds super simple, but I tried to, when I first came out with Taste, we were keto friendly, we were gluten free, 10 calories, all natural, no artificial preservatives. And, I got stuck on the all natural, but the truth is, I'm not an all natural guy. I am all natural, bodybuilding, but what? I don't prefer all natural foods. I prefer foods that are better for you. And the all natural kind of stuff may stem in some appeal to nature fallacy where you think, oh, if it's natural, it's better for you. Not always the case. And as is often the case, it tastes worse. So we came out with our product, Taste. It's called Taste. It has to taste better. So all natural is nice to have, but our primary focus is calories, taste great. So do what you know, get your core down. Everything else is an add-on, but you have to know what that core value is.
Totally agree with you. I think when we started, we have a collagen brand, obviously. And then,
Avi.
Yeah, Avi. And then we're like, how do we tailor to vegan people?
Yep.
And we created a vegan collagen, and it really never sold. It didn't do that well. But yeah, eventually you have to narrow
sharpen
in.
your
You have
knife.
to hone in. Exactly. You got to sharpen your knife. So totally makes
Not
sense.
for the kids.
I'm going to the hot honey sriracha.
You know that's only 10 calories? Real local honey?
10 calories, no way. I like this one. All right.
Hot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we're going with the Taste. We'll do a little 3 dabs. 1, 2, 3. Go 4 because I want it. All right. That is nice.
The sweetness cuts it.
That is a vacation.
That is it. After Scorpions, Queen Majesty, if you're watching, phenomenal flavor, but it's aggressive.
Absolutely. I think we're going to shift to packaging design.
Oh.
I think minimalism only exists for companies that have brand equity. If you're not Apple, don't be releasing something with your logo and nothing else on it. I still see companies like rolling out into retail with and I've never heard of them, and they're just extremely minimal packaging and then end up failing and then wondering why. Like, okay, cool, you must have a really nice minimal aesthetic, but at the end of the day, I think maximalism right now is what is actually differentiating things on the shelf. And at the end of the day, you want to get people's attention. I feel
Absolutely.
Like,
I think that is interesting to point out because a lot of people are like, oh, you want to have that Nike swoosh. I want to have something really memorable. I want to come out with this, this, like I said, a clean aesthetic, which might look good for your Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, this looks sick. And no one's arguing it doesn't look great. But if I'm walking down the shelf, I'm being bombarded with everyone who's designed their packaging to sell me something.
Well.
If I've never heard of you, I'm not giving you a second look. Or if I am, I'm also still confused.
Yeah.
You're losing, 30, 40 seconds that you don't have. You need to tell people, we're even going through that right now with Taste. I was like, we need a lot on it. We're slowly going to remove some elements as we
I
sell.
love the new packaging you guys came out
Oh,
with.
it's so good. Actually, I after you brought up packaging, I think I'm going to switch my next hot take.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get hotter.
Let's go.
So should we do this one or this one next?
Let's move to yours because the other ones are
Super hot?
Yeah.
So this is our hottest one currently. Mega Habanero is probably an 8 out of 10. You'll taste that off camera. Sorry, viewers.
Sorry, guys.
Soon enough. This one is the Buffalo Blue Cheese. This one just came out.
I haven't had that one yet either. That looks good.
So this is real blue cheese crumbles, only 5 calories. So, a lot of people ask us to make, sauces. They'll be like, oh, come out with the buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
I'm here to solve problems.
Yeah.
Buffalo sauce is low calorie already. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm solving a problem by coming out with a 10-calorie buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
But Blue cheese is naturally high calorie because it's fat.
True.
So what I can do is I can pair a buffalo sauce that's low calorie and get all of the calories from blue cheese, allowing me to put real blue cheese in here.
Wow.
And now, do you like blue cheese?
I love blue
Thank God.
cheese. Yeah.
So I had an existential crisis because I had a lot of people trying this at the LA Fit Expo. And I
Yeah.
feel like 4 people were like, oh.
Some people just don't like it.
So I would say buffalo blue cheese. I'd say, I'll have the buffalo.
Yeah.
And eventually I say, do you like blue cheese? They say, no, I hate it. I'm like, don't try it. And then 9 times out of 10, people are like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So if you love blue cheese, you'll love this. Only 5 calories.
Blue cheese is I feel like one of those flavors. Some people like it, some people don't.
They're really like, you're either one way or the other. And when you hate it, you hate the person who also sold it to you.
Yeah, it's true. I also don't think it's a taste you acquire. Like,
No, you're born with
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah. It's like being 6'4". Like, how'd you do it? Yeah.
absolutely. All right.
I just love it.
Yeah, that looks good. You said it's a little bit spicier than the last one.
Yeah, I might need to put more on though.
Yeah.
No.
Go for it.
Obviously, this looks like an extreme paid advertisement here.
Yeah, I love this texture. I've never seen that.
There we go. Now, that brings me into my newest hot take,
Yeah.
which might not be that hot. Maybe I'm just being blinded by the scorpion sting. You brought up packaging, and I think that the tactile feel in packaging is undervalued. And I'll see a lot of bottles that come out there that you pick up, they look great, and you pick them up and you put them down, you don't think twice. But if you have a really nice feel on your label, if you have just the right amount of raised elements, some shine that makes you pick it up, but if you touch it and you feel it, even if you're not consciously thinking, you're going to look more deeply at it because now automatically more value, more time has been spent there. We added that to our labels. We saw a direct increase of the customer experience. And for me, isn't coming off the shelf quick, that at least the founders care.
Yeah. No, it's such a valued thing to know because I think it's such an easy lever for brands to pull. Our SKUs at Walmart, just to say, before we switched, we were probably selling 30% less units per store per week. And now I can't credit just that to it.
But it's a piece of it.
But it's a piece of it. And I think we've been paying attention a little bit more to our packaging. But that's definitely one of the things that moved the needle for us.
It's just when you put something in your hand, no shade to any other sauce companies, but a lot of them, they don't have that element. Particularly, hot sauces, hot sauces look good a lot. They're like the craft beers.
Yeah.
But for other condiments, a barbecue sauce, a lot of times you don't see those raised elements, and that's a good way to differentiate.
100%. Absolutely. All right, let's move to it.
Okay.
Buffalo blue cheese. I keep kind of grabbing at it.
I feel like it's like get rich or die trying.
All right, we're gonna go. We'll lather a little bit on here.
Lather.
Yeah.
Get those crumble.
This is the buffalo blue cheese.
Is that only 5 calories, Ankit?
That is 5.
My God.
That's so good.
That's the perfect wing sauce. That's my flavor.
It's like I'm not struggling.
I know it cuts it. So that's what we try to. The mango habanero is the spiciest, but these ones you cut it with the honey and with the blue cheese just enough, so you get that flavor through.
You get the flavor still, but you're just not dying.
You're not like you'll see me do in 12 seconds.
Yeah. I think this anti-hustle movement is a disguise for people who are way too comfortable, or they're almost looking for comfortability. The people who want, not everybody, but the people who want to work from home and have longer weekends, are the people who are shaming other people for working harder.
I'm sure you have too. I've come up against it because it was like, oh, well, I don't want my life to be work.
Yeah.
But we have lives outside of work too. But when you're passionate about what you're doing,
Yeah.
every minute counts, every hour counts.
And it's also, I think at the end of the day, we're all working towards freedom.
Yep.
So all these people, they're like, you need to have work-life balance. But yeah, that's what we're working for. But I actually don't want to have the work-life at
Exactly. Yeah. What's more balanced than this half of your life is working?
Yeah.
The next one is, complete freedom.
balance.
Exactly.
We're just doing it in a different way.
And I think a lot of founders have, which I think you have to, it's all or nothing. Like you want to go, you can't be like lukewarm thing. Like when I do something, I like to go and I don't like moderation. Like when I do a contest prep, I can't, that's always been my problem. I'm going, it's a switch.
Yeah.
It's going, and I can't do that all or nothing. But like you said, you're still working towards freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
All right, that was hot.
Let's get even hotter.
Okay.
We're down to our last 2 takes each.
Over 91% Pepper X. This is the last dab experience.
That sounds
Which is what I called my my graduating goodbye. Let's see. Hot sauce by Hedonist. Okay. 0 cals. Okay.
All right.
Find my center here. Okay, this is the 4th of 5. 3 dabs, right?
3 dabs.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Ooh, 4. It's always 4. Ends up being.
It always does end up being 4. Okay, ready? You ever seen a grown man cry?
This is where it gets fun.
This is, just hold me after.
Yeah. I couldn't remember out of those 2 which one was hotter, but yeah, that doesn't look.
It's one of those heats that makes you feel like you're a coach at a rec basketball game. I just can't stop clapping for some reason because I need to experience anything else in that heat.
Oh my God. It's like that, huh?
Woo!
Sheesh.
Do you have any questions for God?
A hot take?
A hot take? Oh, hopefully I don't have a hot take. So this is my next hot take.
Here we go. The hiccups are back.
They're tough. I might drink some honey sriracha. I can make it to the 5th.
Yeah.
Do I get milk after the 5th?
Sure.
So, my possibly last hot take of my life. This goes back to the founder's hustle. It came back. Oh my God. But I ain't no quitter. Some convection currents there.
You could just give up the trophy and have milk.
It's gold.
Yeah.
It'll look nice. So, here's my hot take.
Okay.
As a founder, no one's arguing perseverance is important.
Yeah.
But perseverance without direction is pointless. It's like being lost in a car, not knowing where your destination is, and someone saying, hey, can you plug it into the GPS? No, I'm going to go house to house.
Yeah.
You might find it eventually, but you're going to run out of gas beforehand. What you need to do is talk to other founders who have been there, who have hit those roadblocks, who have been there, research, talk to other people in the industry. You need directions.
Yeah.
So you need to persevere. There's going to be roadblocks. There's directions. When you hit a roadblock in the street, there's always detour signs.
Yeah.
You need someone to point you towards that detour sign so you can go through. Otherwise, you're going to be driving around till you run out of gas and your business is done.
No, absolutely. And I mean, you did it really well when you were starting Taste. Is like you were going to almost anybody who was willing to talk to you.
Still, yeah.
And ask them questions about, things that you would run into and maybe you didn't know about.
Yep.
So if you're running like 100 miles an hour in a direction, you don't even know if it's the right
Getting
direction.
further away.
Exactly. So totally, completely agree with you. All right, I'm moving to it.
All right, do it.
4. Alrighty. Let me bite, then look up.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
bite
I'm
time.
going to need a second. 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll let the 4th drop. All right. What?
You like the bivalve. The milk's looking pretty good.
Milk looks great. Yeah. This is the last experience.
Aptly named.
God.
Take your time. Yeah. That's
Yeah, that's a crazy one. All right. I think in 2 years, not using AI in your business is going to feel as outdated as people who are refusing to use the internet right now.
That's hot. I think a lot of it's that fear, like, oh, I don't want to get there. But every large business, every platform, they're integrating AI for a reason.
Oh.
If you're not leveraging that as a tool, everyone that leverages that tool is going to surpass you.
Yeah.
Just like you said, I think that is an apt analogy. It is hot.
Yeah.
AI is being integrated into everything, and it's not something you don't think about it something to replace. It's something to amplify your efforts.
100%. And I feel like there's people who are pushing back on it, and it's like, why?
Everything is going to have drawbacks, but if you're fighting upstream, what are you going to accomplish?
Exactly.
See what you could take from it, use it. I'm sure, like, particularly for design, I mean, it's incredible what they could do.
And then I love the way they talk to you, because the way ChatGPT talks to you is not the same way ChatGPT talks to me.
Absolutely.
It completely.
Mine has more respect.
Yeah, exactly. Mine's treating me like a homeless person. All right, let's move on to the
final round?
5th and final wing. Have you recovered from the...
I don't think I'll ever truly recover,
Yeah.
but I will live the best life I can.
Right.
This is the bomb evolution. Oh my God, this is going to create a radiation burn down to my DNA.
You know, that one we had last time is like the third sauce, so I had a lot of time to recover. We don't have any time. Like, you're going to feel like, yeah.
You're playing a real mind game here.
I know.
Okay. Oh my God, what is going on here? There's like a bubble at the top. I'm not going to get a bubble bite here.
No, that could be.
That explodes up. I'm having 7. Oh my God. Are there? Okay.
Yeah, that might not be. You'll have to do the bubble.
I'm gonna do the bubble. Okay. 3 bites.
Whoa.
Can you just put my obituary after this and post?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Are you
Okay.
still using the one you wrote a few years ago?
Yeah, I've had to evade taxes in a few counties. So, I got on my skin's gonna burn. 1.
Oh God, that's just.
I know.
I remember it, and now. Okay.
This is the bomb evolution. What you see before you is a man that's about to evolve from a seemingly well-colored, well-tempered individual to someone who is I'm gonna be clapping again.
But first of all, I'm glad you made it all the way.
I made it to the top.
I was scared after the first
I was scared too.
scorpion one, but
you know what? I evolved, which is why it's apt that this is the one that kills me.
yeah, this one will kill you.
Okay, the first one I hit the tongue straight, last one back.
God, I hope you got enough chicken in there. God, man. Ugh. They can't keep putting me on this show. They can't.
Alexa, play Many Men. I think I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my hot take before.
Yeah, you should go now.
So yeah,
It's
so
not going to get any
my
better.
hot take is, and this one I had to learn too, is the right step, even if it's your eventual step, even if it's your perfect roadmap, if you take it out of order, it is the exact wrong step. Meaning that if, say you go to college, you need to go to college, you need to go to Harvard, you get accepted. You need to go to high school first. If you don't have the maturity, if you don't have the understanding, it's not just about having that check mark, it's about the maturity level you should be at when you hit that level. We had that problem. We hit a distributor way too early in taste. It was the eventual right move. It'll be the right move again. But because we weren't mature enough, we didn't have the backing, we didn't have the understanding, it did not work because we weren't the company we need to be. You need to transform into what you're supposed to be at that moment. Not just technically, you don't want to just technically get a giant purchase order from a Walmart or Target.
Yeah.
You need to be the brand that deserves to get that purchase order, that you need to be at that level. So you need to understand what you need to accomplish outside of just getting that in that door. You need to be that before you accept it. It's getting stronger.
Yeah.
As am I.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you got through that. And I completely agree. We had a purchase order with Vitamin Shop way too early into our Obby journey. I think it was like end of year 1, early year 2.
That's exciting.
Exciting. We took it nationwide.
Yeah. You put the graphic up. I'm sure it's a
Yeah.
beautiful graphic.
Crazy graphics. We did the in-store demos. We did everything we thought we should be doing. But at the end of the day, we were digital guys and we didn't know anything about how to push in retail,
Absolutely.
velocity, how to actually make your product move there. And which is why our Walmart story is a lot better than our original vitamin store.
Because you were the brand you needed to be when you got to Walmart.
Exactly. All right, I'm going to get to that one because this last one is getting hotter. This one's going to get hot.
Bookend it. If you want me to kill you at any point during it, just give me the signal.
I just hope are you feeling all right?
I'm trying to have an out-of-body experience so the cameras are off.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start weeping. Wow. Oh. I've never had a sauce that hits me like 3 minutes after.
Here we go. I don't need a fresh wing if I've been taken out of the other one.
Judge, check the rules.
Do I need to pour on a fresh wing? Oh my God, it's a bubble again.
Oh, God. It's the crypto.
Or it's just that thick.
It is thick.
All right, we'll go one more.
Oh, you almost got hit with that extra.
I know. A 5th would have been diabolical.
All right.
Right.
I'll look you in the eyes, Dorian. That's my promise.
I already know what's coming. I had this a few days ago. Yeah. I went direct tongue.
You went direct tongue?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I messed around.
I've always talked to you. You messed around with the tongue. You got good tongue game, but I don't know if you want to tongue this.
No, I don't have. My tongue game is not that good.
Oh, things have changed the last 4 years.
I know. A lot of people have told me.
I've read the message boards.
Yeah. All right. Let me give you my next. All right. most acquisitions aren't strategic. They're panic buys in disguise. What I mean by that is big companies fail to innovate fast, and that is why they have to make the acquisitions they have to make.
I agree with that 1,000%. It's they see something young and quick because, you know, smaller brands can move quick on a dime. And they're like, oh, well, we don't know how to do that. We're just going to acquire you. And if they try to implement their own stuff, you're going to lose that agility. And yeah, like you said, it's a panic buy to try to capture that market.
100%. I mean, we've seen some of these acquisitions that, you know, the Pepsis and the Coca-Colas I always wonder, like, you have all this money and you have all this financial backing and you're this big corporate, you know, conglomerate. How can you not create this yourself? Like, I get it. Big business can't do small business, and small business moves fast and they're scrappy and whatnot. And I see what the benefits are there. But what is really holding back the corporate?
I feel like it's the red tape. And to be at that level, you need to have rigid structures. And rigid structures, like we talked about, back to the hustle point, that doesn't facilitate the hustle culture where you're trying to get something done by any means necessary. If one person can't do something, you're calling someone else at 1 a.m. or you're calling favors. It doesn't help that things work not on a weekly time frame. You're looking at 3 to 6 months, and by that time the opportunity is gone. For you, it's life or death, and that's what these brands, to be agile, you need.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, thank you for joining us. I was successfully able to get through it again. I'm glad you were as well.
My train is paid off. Shout out to the Shaws.
Yeah, exactly.
They put in the work.
Shout out to the fam. Here we go. And Jason, this is a trophy. You never touched the milk. And that's a big accomplishment.
I didn't even smell it. I don't know if that's a big thing.
It got closer and closer to me, but I didn't touch it either. So, Jason, we want you to have that.
I just want to say, believe in yourself. One day, you too can be on a podcast eating chicken wings and getting a trophy and possibly causing lasting harm to your own tongue.